Imagine walking into a cave with your best friend. You carry the same equipment, follow the same path, and face the same dangers. But somehow, only one of you makes it back out. No witnesses, no cameras, no clear explanation. Just one survivor, and a mystery that would leave investigators searching for answers for years. What really happened beneath the earth that day? Was it a tragic accident, a deadly mistake, or was there something hidden in the darkness that nobody expected to find? Tonight, we're diving into one of the most chilling cave mysteries ever told, a story of friendship, fear, survival, and the terrifying reality that sometimes the greatest dangers aren't waiting above ground, they're waiting beneath your feet. Before we dive deeper, let us know in the comments where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss any of our upcoming videos. For many explorers, caves represent the last true frontier. Hidden beneath mountains and forests, these underground worlds remain largely untouched, dark, silent, and often completely unforgiving. Our story begins with two experienced cave explorers. For years, they had shared a passion for discovering places few humans would ever see. They had explored dozens of cave systems together. Danger wasn't new to them, but on this particular trip, something felt different. The cave they planned to enter had a reputation. Locals avoided it. Experienced cavers spoke about its narrow passages and unpredictable conditions, yet warnings often sound like challenges to explorers, and that's exactly how they saw it. On a cool morning, they packed their gear and headed toward the cave entrance. Neither realized it would be the last time they entered together. The entrance seemed harmless. Sunlight still reached the first chamber. The air felt cool. Everything appeared normal. But deeper inside, conditions changed quickly. Passages became tighter. The light disappeared. The only illumination came from their headlamps. Every sound echoed endlessly. Every step carried uncertainty. Still, they continued. Hours passed. The deeper they traveled, the more isolated they became from the outside world. Then something happened. One of them noticed unusual markings on the cave walls. At first, they assumed they were natural formations, but the shapes seemed strangely deliberate, almost like symbols. The discovery sparked excitement. Neither knew they were approaching the point where everything would change. Deep underground, a single mistake can become deadly. The cave split into multiple passages. One route appeared safer. The other seemed more promising. They debated briefly, eventually deciding to explore separately for a short distance before regrouping. It seemed harmless. After all, they had done similar things before. But minutes turned into longer stretches of silence. One explorer called out. No response. He called again. Nothing. At first, he wasn't worried. Sound behaved strangely underground. But as time passed, concern turned into panic. The cave suddenly felt much larger and much darker. He retraced every step, checked every passage, shouted his friend's name repeatedly. Nothing. No voice, no flashlight, no sign of movement. Hours passed. Then he found something. A piece of equipment, lying alone on the cave floor. His friends. The discovery sent fear through his entire body. Something had gone terribly wrong. But what? Had he fallen, become trapped, or gotten lost in the maze-like tunnels? The survivor continued searching despite growing exhaustion, yet the cave seemed determined to keep its secrets. Eventually, reality set in. His supplies were running low, his batteries were weakening, and he risked becoming another victim. With immense reluctance, he began the long journey back to the surface. Every step felt like a betrayal. Every moment carried guilt. When he finally emerged from the cave, rescuers were immediately alerted. What followed became one of the largest search efforts in the region's history. Search teams entered the cave, then more teams, then specialists. Days turned into weeks. The cave was mapped repeatedly. Passages were examined. New chambers were discovered. yet the missing explorer remained nowhere to be found. The mystery only deepened. How could someone disappear inside a cave without leaving evidence? The answer may lie in the terrifying nature of cave systems themselves. Underground landscapes constantly change. Rockfalls occur. Floodwaters reshape tunnels. Entire passages can become inaccessible. In some cases, caves hide vertical shafts hundreds of feet deep. One wrong step can mean disappearing into darkness forever. Investigators eventually developed several theories. Perhaps the missing explorer became trapped in a narrow passage. Perhaps a collapse sealed off part of the cave. Or perhaps he wandered into an unmapped section from which escape was impossible. The truth is that nobody knows for certain, and that's what makes stories like this so haunting. Unlike most mysteries, caves don't always provide answers. Sometimes they simply keep them. Forever. Today, countless cave systems around the world remain unexplored. Beneath our feet lies a hidden world larger than most people realize. A world of darkness, silence, and secrets. For one explorer, that hidden world became a place from which he never returned. For the survivor, the questions likely never ended. What happened down there? Could anything have been done differently? And if they had stayed together, would the outcome have changed? We'll probably never know, but one thing is certain. Some mysteries aren't hidden in distant galaxies or ancient ruins. Some are waiting just below the surface of the Earth. And sometimes, the darkness never gives them back.